Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hi, my name is Teresa and I love all things makeup, beauty and skincare. And a while ago I did a swatching Sunday using the Danessa Myricks Lightwork V, and I had one person, that's right, all it takes is one person, saying that they would love to see a tutorial with this palette in combination with another one. And I am all for that, because obviously the Lightwork V cannot really be used by itself. It is all shimmers, multi-chromes, etc. So you do need a good matte palette to go with it. And I am all for taking out palettes in my collection and using them. So today is just a very simple tutorial. I mean, why not? Because if you're getting a palette that is this expensive, you want to make sure that you can do something nice and simple with it and it still looks pretty. So it's a tutorial with, of course, the Danessa Myricks Lightworks V, which is still available, and the Beauty Bay Bright Matte, which is such a fantastic affordable palette. So if you want to know how I did this eye look, I know it's so complicated, but if you just want to see that and have a general chat, then this is the video for you. Do please keep on watching. I figured that a palette that would go really well with the Danessa Myricks Lightwork V would be the Beauty Bay Bright Mattes palette. I love that I'm like mixing an expensive palette with a super inexpensive palette, and one that's been around for quite some time, but I think it kind of all goes together really well. Now, all I'm doing is starting off with this blank canvas E10. I absolutely love these little brushes. They're fabulous for like kind of precision blending. And I'm going into the shade White Lies. And I decided not to pin back my fringe because I actually have it at a point that I'm kind of happy with, and it's not getting into my eyes. So whatever, we're doing it like this. I think the only thing that I dislike about the Bright Mattes palette is that like it doesn't really have very light shades, but it does have the white. So I'm kind of cool with that. I do wish they had a bigger pan of the white, but that's just me. I think it's a fabulous palette. Is it an older one? Yes, but do you know what? And this is something that really bugs me. I think that like YouTube in general, and I know I'm part of the problem as well, but YouTube in general kind of just focuses on new, let's keep getting new things, and then we kind of forget about like the old favorites and the stuff that's really good. But I think, you know, when you have things like the Danessa Myricks Lightworks V, this is like the perfect opportunity to get out those old favorites that have fabulous matte formulas and play around with them. And honestly, I just think it's good to use up or use your older products. We don't always have to focus on new, you know? She said to herself, even though she does like releases and rants all about new makeup releases. But I am trying to be a little bit better about like what I have. Now, I love this matte palette, absolutely fabulous. If for some reason you don't have it and you've been thinking about it, get it. Honestly, it's absolutely fantastic. Mine is very loved, but anyone who knows me knows that I'm very light on my palettes, so it doesn't even really look like it's been touched, because I'm super careful about the way that I keep things. But look at that pigment on that white. Now, for reference, I used the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, so there's a little bit of like an almost yellowy tinge to that, but it's still kind of shining through there, so it's pretty darn good. But I wanted to have the white there to help to blend stuff out. Another blank canvas E10, and this time I'm going into the shade Livin' for Lavender. And I figured like a purple look would look really pretty, because a lot of the shades in the Danessa Myricks Lightwork V are quite purple toned. So I kind of figured, oh, that'll work quite nicely. All that being said though, there's like blues and greens and there's pinks in there as well. But I think I just kind of wanted to go purple, even though I literally just did a very kind of purple toned look with the Cosmic Brushes palette, which by the way, absolutely fabulous. Really loved that. I love a good indie brand, and I love something that's not wildly expensive. She said, considering she's talking about like the Danessa Myricks. Look, nobody listened to me. I clearly am not consistent in my views. I think the advantage as well of putting down like a white matte as well is it almost like highlights my brow bone as well. So that's quite nice as well. I need to do that more often. Have I gone for a very simple look? Yes. But why not? Why not? I said this the other day, like, why does it always have to be like super, super complex looks? Sometimes it can just be pretty and you don't have to have like bells and whistles on. Like, it's totally fine. Chill out. It's makeup. You're going to be washing it off anyways, you know? How is everyone doing? Because it is heading into the Christmas season. Now, I know for a lot of people, they get really excited and they love Christmas and it's a whole thing. Now, for me, I'm not a huge Christmas person. I find it a little bit difficult. Part of it is the sensory stuff, like it's very bright, it's very loud, there's a lot of things going on, there's a lot of weird food. I, to this day, do not understand mince pies. For years, I thought it actually had mincemeat in it, but apparently it's fruit, weird fruit. I don't know. Anyways, it isn't for me. And for those of you who don't know, I have a younger brother, but he died back in 2011. So anyone who's lost a family member, you'll know Christmas is so hard. Like so hard. And like you can think to yourself, oh, the first Christmas is the hardest. No, they're all hard. All of them are hard because, you know, you're like, oh, this person should be here. So for all of you who are kind of grieving through all of that, I know that Christmas is not an easy time, or people who've gone through losses or traumas. I hope you're all doing okay and engaging in whatever level of self-care that you need, you know, because we tend to focus on like, yay, it's Christmas and all the happy things around it, and that's great. But I'm not one for, you know, toxic positivity either. So, you know, if things are rubbish, that's okay. It's okay for them to be rubbish and for you to feel a bit rubbish. Like, you don't have to be happy all the time and you don't have to force yourself to feel a certain way. It's okay to feel that way. All of those feelings are valid, you know? I mean, we'd obviously prefer if you felt happy, but you don't have to feel a certain way, you know? I hope that makes sense. I am attempting to blend and talk deeply at the same time. Who knows? Now I have a Morphe M562, which by the way is a fantastic dupe of the Blank Canvas E10, same sort of shapes, and I'm going into the shade Wisteria. And because I'm that age, all I can think of is, you know, the Desperate Housewives. What an interesting show that was. But just kind of blending that out there. I don't know why, I just kind of wandered off into like a little thought about the Desperate Housewives. Wasn't there an actress on that got into trouble? Was that around like the tuition scandal or something like that? Or am I getting her mixed up with somebody else? I probably am. And you're like sitting there kind of going, Teresa, what are you even talking about? Who knows? I'll just talk with great conviction. It's just really funny, you know, when you look back on shows from like the 2000s and like just how they've dated and the way that they speak to each other, like the fat phobia and, you know, the gender discrimination and, oh, Jesus, the way like LGBT, trans, non-binary people are A, either not mentioned, or B, they're like the butt of a joke. And you're like, okay, what on earth? Amazing though to see that we've made the progress that we have. I mean, we obviously still have loads more progress to make, but it does make you feel at least, okay, we're getting somewhere with all of this. I mean, you can see how well all of this is blending. Beauty Bay are damn good. Damn good. If you're ever looking for like a good matte palette, have a little look at these. I just think they're pretty darn good. They're fantastic for things like drag, you know, because they're inexpensive. And you have a bunch of mattes. They're so good. Now I'm just taking this P. Louise brush and I'm going into the shade Drama Queen. And I'm just popping that there and kind of blending it in a little bit, but also kind of bringing it around the crease. But yeah, anyways, my gorgeous American friends have just had Thanksgiving. How did you guys find it? It's so funny how, like, you know, obviously in Ireland we don't do anything like that. It's because it celebrates your whole historical thing, but like because pretty much every country is impacted by American culture, we all know about it. Like the fact that, say, Black Friday and all the big sales, they've come over here now, and Black Friday all kind of originates from like Thanksgiving and all the sales around that. I just think it's really interesting that one country has such like a big influence on everything. But yeah, let me know how all that went. Did you enjoy yourselves? Did you have a nice time? I know that for particularly for those who are Indigenous, Thanksgiving is a weird time because it's kind of like a misrepresentation of everything that went on. I'm very aware of that. Yes, it's a very lazy look, but I'm kind of here for it. And now I'm using a Zoeva 225 and I'm going into the shade Illicit. I love that they have a black and a white matte. It's fabulous. And just a teeny tiny bit there and just kind of blending it in and out just to give a little bit more dimension. Now the reason why I kind of cut off the eye shape in the way that I did was partly strategic because my other eye is watering like crazy. Does anyone else have issues like that? It drives me nuts every so often. It's particularly this eye. I think it's because I do so much work on computers and my eyes just get like so irritated because apparently, you know, when you're at a computer screen, your eyes like forget to blink. So I think one gets more dry than the other. So apparently one eye remembers to blink and the other one does not. It's very complicated. I'm just taking a BH Cosmetics 101 and I'm just going to blend around here so it's a little bit more discreet, a little bit more chilled out. But that's it. We basically have the matte bit done and this is where we really get to see the Danessa Myricks really quite shine because it is quite pretty. In my opinion, but then again, I do have to justify the fact that I bought it. But there you go, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I have this little brush that I got from Artitude Cosmetics. It was part of their like silicone set and I gotta say, this is fantastic because I haven't seen like a silicone applicator like it. I am an affiliate with Artitude Cosmetics, blah, blah, blah. I'll have the thing down below, but this is fantastic. Let me show you. So I'm going into the shade from Danessa Myricks and I'm going into the shade Invincible. And wait till you see how this picks up on this. Like it is a bit ridiculous. Dun, 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 dun. Wait till you see. Look, straight on. And don't worry about it being all over the place. Like, that's fine. That's a me problem. I sort all of that out. 'Tis fine. But look at how that goes on so easily. And I lose, like, no product. It's fantastic for that. I want a million of these. Plus, all you have to do is just take a makeup wipe and just like clean it off. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. And I'm taking this Blend Bunny Cosmetics B2 and all I'm doing is just kind of taking that lovely silver, the shade Invincible, but I want to kind of curve it up towards the brow, make a weird sort of a shape. You can see it carries quite well, which is nice because you know me, I'm lazy. Don't worry, I'll get rid of all that down there. That's what makeup wipes are for. What a handy world we live in. And I'm taking this little silicone applicator again and I'm going into the shade Protected. It is so beautiful, but it makes me think of, you know the Britney Spears song, like Overprotected? Oh, she's such an icon. And all I'm doing is just taking a little bit of it. She's so pretty. I do have a swatching Sundays on this, which is part of where this kind of was born out of because I did have a comment underneath kind of saying, oh, I'd love to see a look with this using some other palettes. And I thought, well, why not use the Beauty Bay one? See, I do requests. Look at how nicely the two of them come in together. So pretty. And I'm just going to take another Morphe M562 and just blend these two together. Swish this bit out. Ugh, the silver and Protected, which is Invincible and Protected, I think mesh together really, really nicely. Oh, so nice. I love how it gives like a lavender-ishy sort of a look. So pretty. Do the eyes necessarily match? No, but you know what? That's fine, because nobody cares. It's not a big deal. And I'm now just taking the shade Unbreakable. I'm shoving it onto my finger and I'm just going to pat it onto the eyelid. So literally just putting it on here. Yes, I could have used a silicone applicator, but I don't want any sort of precision here. So I'm actually okay just doing this. Let's be real, I love something that's a little bit lazy. And I'm just taking this P. Louise brush and all I'm doing is just blending that a little bit more gently. Now this is more like a satiny metallic. It's not as like duochromy as the rest of them, but I think it helps to give a little bit more depth, which I quite like. I definitely need to put a bit more silver on the inner corner. I'll do that now in a second. And I'm taking my fabulous little silicone applicator again, and I'm going into the shade Powerful. Now this has a little bit of a shift to it. It's like a wine to a green, but I just kind of wanted to put it just along the lash line. Nothing major, like literally just kind of putting it here and in. And again, nothing precise, so don't worry about it. This would let you be quite precise if you wanted. But I am planning, you see, I'm blending it out. That's why I'm being like, meh, whatever. There we go. And again, taking that P. Louise brush again and just blending it so the two kind of mesh in together. It's a very lazy look, and I'm kind of here for it. And the last thing that I'm doing is just taking this Morphe M562 and I'm going into the shade Brave, and it's this beautiful lilac to blue. It's stunning. And here's the thing, because I'm taking like quite a fluffy blendy brush, I don't get like a massive amount on, but that's just because I want like a very barely there sort of a highlight. Like I am literally just brushing it on, and you can see some little particles. Now obviously if I used a different brush it would come on differently. So in case you're wondering like, oh, why is she not doing it wabam? Like literally there's a reason I don't want it to be like super wabam. But you can start to see some of the glitteriness from it, which I quite appreciate. But that is essentially it. I'm just gonna wipe this all up, put everything together, and I'll show you what it looks like in the end. Everything is now put together, and I'm going to zoom you in now so you can see the finished eye look. So it's very purple, almost winey mulberry, which is kind of perfect for this time of the year. You can see some of the sparkles there quite prettily. I love that silver. It bangs like so much. It has such a big punch. Don't know why I said it bangs, but there you go. I'm gonna take my glasses off now so you can see it. But I do have about 1 million lights on. Well, to be more specific, it's 4. So it isn't going to give you the overall glow of these shimmers in the same way as you might see it under different lighting. So I will show you this in just a single light, yeah, in the dark. It's going to be spooky and romantic. So this is what the eye look looks like without all of the harsh lighting. I just have one ring light on. I'm going to zoom you in now so you can see it all together. It's so simple, but I think quite nice. So as you can see, it is a very simple look. I would personally wear this sort of thing to work or a party or anything, because it's my face. I can do whatever I want and I can go wherever I want with it. I think you can really see the sparkles quite nicely. It's so pretty. So my gorgeous friends, that's it. It was super simple. It was just a tutorial, not a rated or slated. You know my feelings on both of those palettes. They're both absolutely fantastic. I don't feel like the Danessa Myricks is necessarily a need. It's more of a want. I think the Bright Mattes is like fantastic. If you like bright, colourful makeup, then that is definitely a need for you, my gorgeous friends. I'm gonna have some affiliate links down below if you haven't got these and you do want to get them. Why not? I'll earn a commission. It's a whole thing. Ooh, how gross. Yeah, that's right. I'm selling myself on the internet. Who knew I was going to get to that point? Anyways, it's super simple. I know that people don't necessarily love tutorials. They don't get as much views. But you know what? This is part of what I love about YouTube. And it's my channel. And I do want to be able to use stuff that I have bought rather than just having a one and done. Here's the review. Like that's not great. That's quite wasteful, isn't it? So I do want to try and use more stuff in my collection. That's gonna happen a little bit more frequently. But my gorgeous friends, that's it. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell and do please share, because sharing is caring, except of course for STDs, in which case just wrap it up, don't be gross. That's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.